Hello, Taurus, and welcome to this, your September 1st through September 15th reading and predictions. Please excuse the initial few seconds of this video. The software I'm using takes a moment for the video and the audio to catch up, and then it'll be fine in just a moment. For those of you who are returning, a very warm welcome, and for those of you who are new here, I'm so glad to have you here. All right, so here as I sit and record this video at the end of August, we are sitting under the energies of a super blue moon. Wow. So second full moon in the month of August as well. It is a super moon, the second super moon in August. Holy. Who is feeling the effects of this moon? Anybody? If you are, just pop a comment in. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, Taurus, let's get started. We're going to pull cards for 6 different areas of your life, and then we're going to get going on the reading portion of it. As always, I do not record my videos. I do not edit my videos. I record my videos, obviously. I do not edit my videos. What you see is what you get. If cards go flying onto the floor, you'll see me scrambling around to pick them up. It is what it is. Okay. Tapping into the energy of Taurus. September 1st through 15th. I'm going to turn here and hopefully not flip any cards onto the floor. All right, Taurus. We've got one card showing signs wanting to come out. There's a card. Oops, there's another one. All right. Okay. So we've got a few cards out here for you. That one, and this one. There we go. All right. Let's have a look at what you are focusing on, Taurus. And as always, if this resonates with you, Taurus, please consider giving the channel a like and subscribing. Giving the video a like and then subscribing to the channel. There we go. All right. All right. And let's have a look at what is coming in for difficult or challenging influences. Got 2 cards out here for difficult and challenging influences. Okay. Actually, there's going to be 3 cards. One did not want to go back into the deck. So out it comes. All right. Messages you need to hear at this time. What does Taurus need to hear at this time? Oh, almost went on the floor. What other messages does Taurus need to hear? Okay. A couple of messages for you here, Taurus. All right. Okay. Unexpected. Unexpected energies and influences. What's coming up for you? The unexpected. Okay, we just have one card. All right. General overall outcome. I think there's actually going to be 2 cards from 2 different decks here, or several cards from different decks here. I am picking up or seeing more than one. Nope, it's just a mess of cards all coming out all at once here, Taurus. 4 cards out. I'm still seeing another card from another deck. Despite having 5 cards out for you already for your outcome. We might be clarifying that one. Okay, let's get started. Where are you at now? We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 9 of Swords upright, and we have the 10 of Cups, or sorry, 9 of Cups in reverse. You've got 2 cards here in reverse, and you've got 2 9s. Okay. So the 10 of Pentacles in reverse is a card of boredom, stagnation. I don't know if that's coming into focus for you or not. It's a card indicating that you've reached a place of almost being in a comfort zone, and the comfort zone is no longer comfortable anymore, Taurus. It's like you went into something and you were super excited and super motivated and you got going on it and everything was looking great. But once it became a routine, once it became like your everyday life, all of a sudden you went, yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So that is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which brings us to the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords in the upright position is the card of catastrophism. This is the card of lying awake in bed at night and going, oh, worry this, oh, worry that, oh, worst case scenario this, oh my goodness, that's going to happen. This is the card you'll notice on the card. The character is awake in bed, has his face in his hands, there are swords poised above his head, and he's just worry, worry, worry. And your final card is the 9 of Cups in reverse. And even in the reverse position, this can still be a positive card. But it's a card that comes with a caveat. So the 9 of Cups in the upright position is a card of positivity. It's a card of you have achieved. It's a card indicating that things are going, oh God, I don't want to say that. Why is that coming? It's a card of things going tickety-boo in your life. I never use that saying. I hate that one, and yet it came out, so I had to blurt it out because for those of you who are unfamiliar with my channel, I do channel as I'm doing these. I go into a light trance state, and so I just blurt stuff out as it comes in. Okay, so this 9 of Cups in reverse is a card of, yes, you have achieved good things, but you're still trying to control something, Taurus, that is out of your control. Okay, so wrapping up these 3 cards in general for where you're at now here as we sit under the energy of this full super blue moon. You've got some confusing energies coming in. You're facing some stagnation. Part of your stagnation is coming from this worry card, from this card of catastrophism, from your nighttime lying awake. And, you know, what can happen is when we get bored, as indicated by this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, when we reach that point of stagnation or that point of boredom in our life, it allows our minds to run away with thoughts, right? Because it's bored. It has nothing else to do. And so what do we do in return? We try and control things, which is this 9 of Cups in reverse. And that's kind of where you're at right now at the end of August as we move into September, Taurus. So there are some changes that hopefully you'll be making in order to, I really feel like if you can alleviate this boredom and stagnation with this 10 of Pentacles, which is the first card of your reading, hopefully by the time we reach the end of your reading, which would bring us to the middle of September, you will be out of this stagnation and this boredom that really seems to be causing a few issues here for you. Yeah, okay. So, and you've got, so interestingly, in your first couple of cards, you had 2 9s, and in your focus, you have 2 8s. You have the 8 of rainbows, also known as the 8 of pentacles, and you have the 8 of fire, also known as the 8 of wands. So this card, these two cards, the very first card in your focus is the ordinariness card. And this is a card indicating that you're focusing on trying to maintain the status quo, trying to maintain things as being as ordinary as possible in your life. Is that going to serve your highest good? Probably not, because you've got the 8 of wands right next to it, and the 8 of wands is all about traveling. It's about moving on. It's about leaving the past behind. It's about taking action in order to get out of a place of stagnation. So, Taurus, you have quite the quandary on your hands as we move into September here, wherein you're facing stagnation and boredom. You're focusing on bringing more of the ordinary into your life, while at the same time recognizing that you need to get jumping on something else, right? The 8 of fire, also known as the 8 of wands, is about taking action, including potentially travel, okay? But it's about taking steps, moving forward. What is challenging you at this time? You have the Queen of Cups, you have the Strength card, and you have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, okay. So the Queen of Cups represents someone who's kind of sitting back, and she's kind and she's generous. She is a loving counselor. This card can indicate that you're not taking advice that is coming your way because it's in your difficult influences. It can also indicate that you're being too kind, like exuding too many of those feminine qualities when it comes to something like this. 8 of fire, 8 of wands in your focus is really indicating it's time to step up and step into something new, make changes and be proactive. But the Queen of Cups coming in your challenges is indicating that you're resisting taking those first steps. You're being, oh no, it's okay, it'll come to me. Now I'm just going to step back. No, I don't want to get out of my comfort zone, right? So what's happening is it's put you in a real quandary. And so you have the Strength card here in your challenges as well. Well, the Strength card in your challenges is indicating that, you're being challenged to step up and step into your strength, step up and step into, the power of the lion here. And yet it's in your difficult influences and challenges. So you're going, maybe not. And Taurus, you have the 5 of Swords here, and the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is, okay, so whenever a 5 comes up in the tarot, it represents a challenge that we're being given. We're being tested on something about whether we're on the right path or not. When the 5 of Swords comes up, we are being presented with a double-edged sword. We're being presented with a choice that we need to make. Well, clearly these 2 8s, one of them being ordinary and one of them being a call to action, one of them saying stay in your comfort zone and the other one saying time to step out of your comfort zone, Taurus. It stands to reason that the 5 of Swords is going to come in and say, yes, there's definitely a double-edged sword being presented here to you, Taurus, and you have this choice to make. Either you can step up and step into your strength and be proactive and make changes in your life and get out of this ordinariness that is creating this catastrophism in your mind and keeping you awake at night, or not, right? Really, what's coming up before I turn over any more cards, Taurus, what's coming in for me is that you have a choice to make at the beginning of September here. Are you going to be proactive and step up and step outside of your comfort zone, or are you going to choose to stay in your comfort zone? And yes, there are consequences to both. Which consequences are you comfortable with? Which direction do you want to go? Let's move on to messages you need to hear. Messages you need to hear. Patience is a virtue. Okay, maybe you're not making the choice yet because you're waiting for something else to come along. These cards are indicating you have a choice to make. And none of these cards are saying that you should wait to make the choice. Patience is a virtue. And accept struggles as lessons. Messages you need to hear right now. Okay. Moving into unexpected, unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. What else can I say? You're clearly at a crossroads right now, Taurus. This card is indicating that you're in unknown territory. You don't know which way to go. You clearly have decisions that you need to make. These decisions are keeping you awake at night. Are you going to stick with the status quo, or are you going to step out into something new and different? You have the Justice card. And I'm going to do Justice. Okay. You have the Justice card here indicating that it's time to review the details. This is in your general overall outcome. So Taurus, given that you've got a duality here and a choice to make, you've got a duality here and a choice to make. You've got a double-edged sword here. You've got a choice to make. This is indicating a choice as well. The Justice card is coming in and saying, take the time to review both sides, the ordinary, the status quo, the comfort zone, or stepping into something new. What are you going to do? Review the details of both and then make a choice. The High Priestess is coming in, Taurus, to help you make that choice. High Priestess calls us in to meditate, calls us into getting in touch with our intuition. Out of all of the cards in the entire tarot, the High Priestess speaks most strongly to get in touch with your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? And if that means stepping back from your everyday life and your everyday responsibilities for a weekend, for a getaway, so that you have the opportunity to get in touch with your intuition in order to be able to break this indecision, then please do so, right? You're being called upon to make this choice and make this decision. You have the Four of Summer coming in your final general overall outcome. What does the Four of Summer represent? It represents someone who is completely distracted and trying not to make the decision. They are staring off into space and ignoring what's going on right in front of them. Taurus, this is only going to bring you more indecision. So Taurus, again, decision time. Okay? Check all the details. Tap into your intuition. Stop being distracted. You have the King of, oh my gosh, you have both the King of Autumn and the King of Winter as your final two cards. Both cards indicate advice. Advice is coming into you from probably a more masculine source. I don't want to say it's necessarily going to be a man that's going to come in, but the advice is going to come in more in the form of masculine, where it's going to be in your face. Oh wait, I'm kind of doing that with this reading, aren't I? I'm basically saying go wee wee or get off the pot, right? It's decision time. Status quo or stepping into the unknown. The traveling card, this 8 of fire here, is about taking steps towards your future. It's about taking action. Being the traveling card, when we travel, we are outside of our comfort zones. We are stepping into the unknown. The King of Pentacles, also known as the King of Autumn in this particular deck, is assertive. He doesn't hold back his punches. When he decides on something, he goes out and he gets it, as do most of the kings in the tarot. And when he's going to give advice, he just blurts it out. Same with the King of Swords. I'm just going to read what it says on the King of Swords. Get advice from someone professional and objective. The advice will likely be unemotional. Okay, then that's what I mean with the masculine qualities, right? You have the Queen of Cups here, and the Queen of Cups, now that I see these kings here, makes more sense in your difficult influences, in that in all likelihood someone exuding feminine qualities with regards to giving you advice has come into your life within the last couple of weeks, and they have very gently said, hey Taurus, I think you need to make a choice. And they're all soft and gushy, and they're not right up in your face, and that's why it's a difficult influence, because you didn't listen when it came in that format. Two kings coming out in your general overall outcome, Taurus, is more of an in your face, you need to make a choice. You're going to get advice that's going to be very, very forceful. And in order for you to finally get into that place of being able to make that final decision, definitely the High Priestess is calling you, get in touch with your intuition, make your choice from that place of intuition. Where do you want to be? Do you want to stay where you're at? Do you want to stay in your comfort zone? Or do you want to get out there and see the world, step outside of your comfort zone, be proactive? It's a choice. It's a decision, Taurus. For some of you, this is a decision that two things with the King of Autumn as well as the King of Winter. So the King of Autumn is that the decision that you need to make is probably going to affect your bottom line and affect your finances. And that's one of the reasons why there's a hesitation to make that decision. And the King of Winter is very unemotional when he makes his decisions. He makes his decisions not from the heart, but from the mind, from a very logical, linear place. Okay. So again, Taurus, I hope that this resonated with you. You do have some choices and some decisions to make. I encourage you to make your decision as soon as possible, because that's going to allow more growth for you. And it will also allow for this Nine of Swords to go by the wayside, right? Nobody needs the Nine of Swords in their lives. Reminder, the Nine of Swords is all about catastrophism. Nobody needs that in their lives. So I do believe strongly, Taurus, that once you make this decision to either remain status quo or step outside of your comfort zone, one or the other, when you make that choice, this Nine of Swords and all of your worries are going to be waylaid. Okay, Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I would love it if you would allow me the honor of doing your next reading. So watch this space for the September reading or mid-September reading.